Hello, everyone. We just lost director Peter Bogdanovich at the age of 82 of natural causes. And I just thought that I would present a little story here about one time when I was very happy to have met Mr. Bogdanovich. And it wasn't that I was like, a big fan or, knew all his movies or anything. He did movies such as The Last Picture Show, Paper Moon, the movie Mask from 1985 with Cher. And one of my favorite movies of all time was done by Peter, one of his earliest movies when he's very, very young, and it was a movie called Targets. And this movie starred Boris Karloff. As you can see there, he's pretty old, and it's considered his last film, even though it really wasn't technically his last film, really, but it was his best, very last film, if you look at it that way. And this was a movie that was ahead of its time, and it dealt with, from 1968 when it was released, gun violence. The idea that Boris Karloff was an aging horror star in this particular movie, plays an actor much like himself, and it turns out that all the kind of horror that he specializes in is out of date now, and the real crimes on the street are taking over. It's a very interesting movie. I didn't mean to do just a review of Targets here, but it's part of my story of how I met Peter Bogdanovich. In 2006, there was a Boris Karloff film revival, film festival in New York's Greenwich Village in the city. And I went there in 2006. They were running about a week-long retrospective of Karloff's films from his earliest to his latest. And it was a really fun week, and I made multiple trips there. One particular day, they were showing the film Targets. And I think there were two shows, at least. One of them was going to be an early matinee, and the other one was an evening show. I went to see the first show, the earlier one, in the afternoon. Well, later in the day, before the evening performance, I happened to be, I don't remember how or why I was there. Maybe there was another film in another theater. I don't remember. But I was in the lobby of this movie house, and it was a very small movie theater. It wasn't a big place. It was called, I believe it's the Film Forum. A very tiny little offbeat theater, which is really wonderful to show a lot of unusual, rare, older films. And there I was in a lobby, and who walks in but Peter Bogdanovich, the director? He comes in. It's just him and myself in this little lobby. And one thing I had noticed about having seen the film already in the matinee was that the film was edited. They showed an edited copy. And I thought I should tell him about that. I don't remember, I don't really know how it came up, really, but I said, "Oh, hello, it's so nice to meet you," and that kind of thing, and he was very nice. And I said, "This is one, like I told you folks, this is one of my favorite films. I saw the matinee performance." And he said, "Oh, did you like it?" I said, "Oh, I love the movie." I said, "But I got to tell you, they're showing a cut print." And he was like, "Oh, no, they are? It's cut?" And he was like not happy about that because he was going to be doing a talk. He was going to do the opening speech talking about it before it started that evening. So I said, "Yeah, it's cut, but I said to him, don't worry about it." I said, because the scene that's cut doesn't really change the flow of the movie. And then I caught myself, and I made sure I told him, "Now, believe me, I understand." I said, "Obviously, I don't condone censorship or cutting, and I said a director's film work is his own work, and no director likes to have his film tampered with." I said, "But I just wanted you to be rest assured that what's missing from the film, it doesn't really hurt the flow of the story or anything like that. It's I said, if you were like me and you knew the movie well, you'd notice it was missing." And he was very happy and encouraged by that. And he seemed a little nervous, apprehensive or nervous about the show. And he said to me, do you think so? you think it works good? It's okay? And I said, oh, yeah, it is. And he says, it works right. And then, okay, right? It's good. And he was really like seeking my, comfort and approval of it. And I said, it's like two guys, talking. And I said, oh, yeah, oh, no, they'll love it. Believe me. What scene was it? And I told him, well, it was an early scene in the movie with it was a restaurant scene over a couple of drinks between the Boris Karloff character and his secretary, I believe. And it wasn't anything really that changed the flow. You wouldn't even know it was gone. So he was so grateful to me for that. The only thing I regret is I didn't have a camera with me, and this was before I had a camera phone or anything like that, or I didn't get an autograph either. But yeah, just a little story. I thought it was so amazing to meet him, and the idea that, Peter Bogdanovich would like accept my opinion as assured and making him feel at ease that everything's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. So anyway, that's my story, and rest in peace, Mr. Bogdanovich.